Watch Nighttiger Comics!
Watch
Tiger Comics.
Tiger Comics!
Nighttiger Comics! Nighttiger Comics! Watch Nighttiger Comics!
Yeah!
All right, it's midnight here in the Nighttiger lair. Welcome to the channel. I'm Mike Smith and Nighttiger Comics. So welcome all you comic book junkies. Buster wants out. We're drinking some Old Crow tonight with some Fresca. Just got done watching Final Score. We got a new member of the family. This is Negrito, which means Blackie in Spanish. And he's been annoying Buster for the last 3 weeks since we've had him. Buster's here in the room. Hey, Buster. Oh, we got a dollar haul coming up. Not today. Today we're doing new comics, free comic book day, some back issues, and what else? And some Golden Age. So you can hear those two. They're going at it now. Negrito really likes to annoy Buster. So went to New Comic Book Day. I went there a little more focused this time because last year I just picked up like a ton of books. I picked up every single thing they had. And then I ended up getting too much. I still have a ton of books. I don't know what to do with it. So I decided to be a little more focused. I did pick up a couple issues of certain books. I got 2 of these, 3 of these. This is King Shark special edition. Now, I did read this, the main story. It's like written for elementary kind of kids or something, but then again, it's got extreme violence in it at the same time. But the backup story, Amanda Waller recruits Tim Drake into the Suicide Squad. That was pretty good. So I recommend that back feature story is really good. So then what else I pick up? I picked up a couple Red Rooms. I have not read these yet. I know this book is kind of hot. When did this come out? A couple years ago, like 2018 or something like that. So what else? Okay, Enter the Slaughterhouse. Now this was the big book everyone's specking on because it's written by Tinian. He's writing Something's Killing the Children. So everybody was hoping that this is an introduction and it will be good and it will be, worth something. For me, the story was like really confusing. I didn't like it. But I picked up 3 copies of that. Enter the Slaughterhouse. Made no sense to me. Picked up some Stray Dogs. Now this book, I haven't read it. Everybody's liking this from what I'm hearing. I did pick up the second print and number 1 and 2 or something like that. So that was cool. I hope to read this. I hope I like it. So I noticed that the market is turning more into the independent storylines that are doing well. Is Marvel and DC at this time are they just suck. So I picked up a couple Batman special editions. Did not read those yet. Picked up the Star Wars 1 issue of that. Picked up the Vampire Masquerade. I'm always into vampire stuff. I always think vampire stuff is cool. Let me move that to the side. And then, you guys, calm down. And I don't know what this is, but I'm starting to willing to try out some more of this independent book stuff. It's doing well. Stories are well. People are liking it. Something That Killing the Children is really like pushing independent storylines or independent comics. And guys, I'm gonna have to let these cats out. They're going at it. Okay, Buster, get out of here. Come on, Buster. Buster has not taken to Negrito yet at all. I don't know if I showed. Okay, so where are we at? So I picked up another Star Wars. So that's it for the free comic book day stuff. Let me get a sip here. So I picked up the Stray Dog. I think this is fourth printing, actually. And this is a homage to, oh, what the heck's that Dracula movie, I think. And then I picked up number 2, which is fourth printing also. Another homage movie poster. I don't know what movie it is to. You guys can tell me in the comments. Let me know if you like this story. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to get around to it. I got so much to read. And usually these new books always go on the back burner. Okay, so now into the back issue bins. When did I hit the... I hit the LCS on Friday. And then I hit it today also. So today's haul will be the next video coming out later this week. So what did I get? So for $1, I picked this up. Punisher number 1 from 1995. It's a foil cover. Electric chair cover. I'm always collecting electric chair covers, especially Golden Age books. I think they're really cool. I don't know. There's something unique about them. They're not very prevalent. This is the Midnight Edge run. Haven't read it yet. If you've read it, let me know what you think. Okay, what else did I pick up? So I picked up, I didn't have this, so trying to fill in the Hulk run. 232 was a nice high-grade copy for $1 with Captain America. This is from 1979. Actually, I paid $5 for this. And usually I won't pay that much for books like this, but, you know, I figured it was in it was like a 9A condition. This is like a 9A condition. So I think, you know, it's worth $5. And it's up to, it's because of you guys in the YouTube comic book community that I'm picking up these stuff when it's high grade. Otherwise, I could care less. So this is Hulk number 235, another high grade copy. This was also $5. Destroying Machine Man. You know, and this Bronze Age, this stuff is always good reads. May 1979, number 235. Now, I've had this book that I'm going to show before, and I remember reading it and remembering it was a really good story, and I wanted to read it again. I've sold several collections since 1986. I've sold 3 collections. 3. So this is the first appearance of Jack of Hearts in comic books. So his first appearance was actually in the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. I'm not sure what issue. But this is the first time he appears in actual comic book form. And he fights the Hulk. I haven't even looked at this yet, but I remember it being really great art, really good story. And I hadn't seen it in the back issue bins for quite a while, and I figured I'd grab it. It was $4. It's like a maybe 6.5 to 7.0 copy. And Sal Buscema, I believe, yeah, Sal Buscema, a cover. I think he does interiors, but don't quote me on that. Because, you know, you're always quoting Nighttiger on everything. Okay, so some new books. So these I just bought. When did I buy these? I think it was, was it today? No, I think it was yesterday I bought. Now, this is cover E, I believe. And it was only one of these. There was a bunch of variants on this title. Kiss by Image. Is it Image? Dynamite. But it's a photo cover. I've always been a fan of the Kiss music since about 1976. I was 8 years old, and I bought Rock and Roll Over at a yard sale. And then it was a love affair with Kiss music ever since. My cousin and I used to sit in my kitchen, and we put on the records, and we'd get the broom handles, and we pretend we were... I always wanted to be Ace Frehley, and he always wanted to be, I think, Peter Criss. And so, nice photo cover. They have, like, several covers of this. I think this is the best one. And like I said, there was only one left of this, and I had to grab it. And I've had a few of these before from Dynamite. The stories are never really that good, but the covers can be really cool. I think the last one I had was a cover with the girls, like a Good Girl cover, and they all had Kiss makeup. Picked up this. Shout out to my son Jacob Smith. He's a fan of Batman 89. I grew him up on this movie. I think when he was less than 1 year old, we went to see this movie, and I held him in my arms as he screamed and cried and we watched it from outside in the lobby, peeking through the doorway. He had the VHS tape. He watched multiple times a day for years. He had a sleeping bag. He had a tent. He had everything Michael Keaton Batman. Until this day, he collects everything Michael Keaton Batman. So this just came out. This is number 1. It's part of a 6-issue series, yes. And Michael Keaton, Batman Returns, still is the best Batman movie ever. Okay, so and I picked up this several weeks ago. I haven't read it yet. I just like the cover. I don't buy a lot of Marvel books because every time I do, sometimes they have a lot of good covers, but the interiors are really crappy and the story is crappy also. So I haven't read this yet. I love the cover. Hopefully this will be good. Hopefully Marvel will prove me wrong. And let me get a sip here. Now the next one, the Daredevil run's doing really well. I like it a lot. And the problem is with one of these series that I like for Marvel is that the page count's so low that once you start getting into the story, the comic book's over. But in this run, Elektra becomes Daredevil while he was in prison. I don't think I've read the last 2 issues, so I have to catch up on it. Now, I've been picking this up. This is number 3. I've got 1 and 2 second print. I have not even got a chance to read this yet. I'm hearing good things about it. I'm hoping it's going to be up to my liking. Tell me what you think about it. Have you read it? Do you like it? So the reason I went to the LCS when I picked up these last 3 new comics was because I wanted to see if I could find any Spider-Girl keys. There was one there. So this is the first appearance of Spider-Man, who's I think it's called, pronounced Gary Drew. He's the son of Jessica Drew, and he's from the MC2 universe. So with the Spider Universe stuff going on, you just never know what character is going to be hot. And I just wanted to see, I wanted to challenge myself. I do this a lot. To see if I could find any keys in the Spider-Girl run. And so I looked at the app before I left the house, and when I got there, this was the only one on the app that was there. And I'm hoping it's a good read. Another new pickup was this one. I didn't even realize when I got home that this one had a $9.99 cover price. The cover is just, I love red, white, and blue heroes. They look so cool. And then if it's a good girl, that's a double bonus. I read it. I did read this. It really sucked. It sucks, But it's Patriotica number 1. This is a second, or United. I think this is a volume 2. I think 2 years earlier there was a volume 1. But just a beautiful good girl cover. And with the market nowadays, you never know with a cover like this. This could be hot in 6 months. It could be a $50 book. You just never know. So, love to hate the market. I mean, books that you have, they skyrocket. And then on the other hand, the books that skyrocket, you can't get them for cover price anymore. So it's a double-edged sword. Now, I stopped picking up DC because of this gay pride shit. And not that it has anything against homosexuals or that lifestyle. It's the fact that you're celebrating someone's sexuality in a comic book, but it's only one-sided. You're not celebrating the other side. So I just don't see the point of it. And I thought it was really stupid to do. So I was like, I'm not buying any more DC. But then, I was picking up Batman before that. I like Tynion. He writes well. I decided, what? The month after that, I'll pick up Batman 111. And it was terrible. It feels like Tynion is being pushed into this narrative with Miracle Molly, Punchline, and it's just not Batman. It doesn't feel like Batman. It feels like they're pushing this future state into a direction that Tynion is not comfortable with, and the story writing is terrible. So I was very disappointed with this. I will not be picking up Batman again. I hear Tynion's leaving, and I probably have to believe that's part of it. I mean, in the beginning when he took over, they kind of gave him free reign to do the character, and he was doing a great job. He pushed Batman in a direction that felt good and right, and all of a sudden it kind of steered off into the wrong direction. The art in here was, fantastic, but the storyline was just, it didn't feel like it was the character of Batman. It was like focused on these two characters instead, and it's like DC doesn't care about pushing away the fan base. It's weird. Okay, so I went to the LCS, the smaller one, which is Vibranium Comics. If you're in Ocala, you definitely want to go there. He'll cut you deals. He's a great guy, great owner. And now I was been looking for this book in the dollar bin forever. And he had the key issue, but I paid $20, but I'm like, I wouldn't have paid $20 except for the fact that it was a DC universe. So I said, you know what? That's probably a little bit scarcer. I'll go ahead and plop the money down. It's a high grade copy. So what is it? Who the hell knows? I'm going to show you in a minute. First appearance of Impulse, DC Universe. Shout out to my buddy, the comic book couple on Instagram. He bought a 9.8 graded copy of this book. He's always picking up Golden Age Spirit stuff and a lot of other things. So shout out to him. I've been looking for this book for about 3 years in the dollar bin and have not found it. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just spend the $20, get the DC Universe logo. I've found number 1 and 2 and 3 of the Impulse issues or series multiple times for $1, and I've been picking them up. I figure, you know, for a kids animated series, this would be a great character. Okay, moving on. All right. What is this? This book was hot a little bit ago. It was in the dollar bin. Doctor Strange number 60 from August 1993. In Pursuit of Darkhold, Dracula and the Darkholders battle Doctor Strange, Hannibal King, Captain Marvel, and the Scarlet Witch. So there you go. You know, the thing is, I cannot stop buying comics. I try. But it's like a therapy. It's like when I get off the road, because I work out of town at least 4 days a week, sometimes 5. And when I make a little bit of extra money for me, I want to just go and spend 2 hours in a comic book shop, go through back issue bins, and just see what can I find. What can I find that interests me to read? What can I find that's keys? What can I find that I can show you and that will be interesting? I spent 2 hours today in the comic book shop. So my goal was today, I had to finish cutting the lawn. It's like 110 degrees out. So I did that. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to go to the comic shop. I'll just go shopping really quick, pick up the groceries, come home and watch some movies. But then I'm like, you know, my wife's she had training today. She's not going to be home till 3. I got done at 11. I'm like, I got a couple hours to kill. And I really, really haven't gone through the DC bins at the LCS in a while. So I spent 2 hours at the DC bins. And that's where I picked up most of these dollar books. And it felt good. I enjoyed it. Even though I'm old, I got all these ailments. I don't care. It feels good. It feels fun. It's an enjoyable time just going through comics. And did that. And I really, really wanted to eat some Army. So I got 2 gyros, a large fry, came home with that, ate that while I watched TV, rebagged and bored my comics, which is fun to me. Writing all the information on the back, putting them in my lights. And that's what I like to do. It's just like a therapy. So it's like a spa day for me. Now, several weeks ago, I did a haul. About a month ago, I forgot this book. I didn't put it in there. I picked up a high-grade copy of Spooky. And why didn't I write the information on the back? I don't know. This is 108. So shout out to Captain Strangelife. Him and a few other YouTubers are getting me into Harvey comics. Never really cared about them. But they show them and they look really cool. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to start looking for Harvey stuff. What is this from? This is from 1969. And my LCS, he got in, he usually buys, some people come in with like 20, 30 books. He buys them. He had two Harveys. Nice yellow cover. It was high grade. It was like $3, so I picked this up. And I love all comics. If they're written well, I don't care what they are. I love them. So Spooky number 108, I said, yes, from 1960. What did I say? 69. Anyways, so that's there. Now, this next book I've had in my collection before. Like I said, I've sold 3 collections, big collections over the years for different reasons. The first reason I sold my major collection when I was 18 is because I had a lot of traffic fines. And so I sold all my books, and I had a lot of stuff in like early X-Men and stuff like that. The next 2 collections I sold because it's like I got consumed with comics. I wanted to get them out of my life. I never wanted to collect again because it's just so consuming and addicting. And I just sold those collections. And then after the 4th one, which is now, when I started buying comics back in 2006, I just gave in. I said, it's part of who I am. It's part of my DNA. And I'm only going to buy comics from like 1989 and older instead of buying everything. But this comic I had in my collection before. It's a key issue. It's the first appearance. It's a DC book. So I picked up kind of a higher, low grade. Number 428 of Adventure Comics. It's the first appearance of Black Orchid. It presents well. It's got some spine ticks and stuff like that. I think I paid like $13 for this or something. But I used to have this. I remember having it. It was part of my childhood. So I wanted it back in the collection. This book, and this is one of those strange keys that where the character isn't popular, but the first appearance is. It's weird. So I bought it off eBay, $4.28. I rarely buy bronze or silver off eBay, but actually I paid $20 with shipping. Is what it says on the back. $19. And I lost out on this book and in the second appearance for $30 in a higher grade because it had make an offer, and I made an offer, and then someone else bought it out from underneath me. That happens quite a bit. I need to stop doing that. Another book, I won this on auction for $20. Now this is probably like a 3.5, maybe a 4.0. First appearance of Eel. September 63, Strange Tales. I read this. It was really good. Really good. Really fun. Like I said, I rarely buy these kind of books off eBay, so I've been kind of looking at Silver Age a little more, Bronze Age a little more than usual. And it's because of you guys on YouTube and all the stuff that you show that I'm like, I got to get some more Silver Age. I got to get some more Bronze Age stuff off YouTube. Because I like to find the silver and bronze at the comic shops. Because I'm always into gold only off YouTube. Okay, well, speaking of gold and I say YouTube, I mean eBay. I won the auction on this, and it was like $7. Super low grade. I did a little research. I think it's missing the centerfold from the research that I did. Not a book that's too prominent. A lot of these Golden Age books are like one of a kind, and that's why I bid on this. It's number 3, Crime Incorporated. I think there's only 3 issues of this book, and I think it starts at number 3. So super low grade. This is 1953. This is like a miscut too, because I tried to press it. So I tried to move the staples out to the edge, but it didn't really have a spine roll on it. So if I move the staples off to the edge, then you would be able to see the back pages. So it just goes to show you that the printing was all over the place in these Golden Age books, especially during the 50s. So Crime Fox book, and like I think I paid, I know it's no more than $8 with shipping on this. So, and Fox books are more harder to come across. So, now this next book was from my comic shop. And I'm looking at 25 minutes here. Sorry, guys, it's taking so long. But you know what? If you're a comic book junkie, you won't care. So here we go. So supposedly from the research I did, this is a Simon and Kirby cover. I don't believe it. It does not look like Simon and Kirby at all. Now I paid $46 for this. It's missing a centerfold. These are a little tough to get. They're not super scarce, but they're not really prevalent either. Now, like I said, from the research that I did, it's a Simon and Kirby. If you look at it, it does not look like Simon and Kirby. Clue Comics, number 3 from 1947. This will become Real Clue Comics. So this is the last issue, and then it becomes Real Clue Comics after this issue. This book I got for free. Now, why did I get it for free? Maybe I'll show the picture here, or some of the pictures. It arrived in the mail. They sent it in an envelope, and it got caught up, I'm guessing, in one of the belts on the conveyors at the post office. And it was mangled. Now we're having problems with some of our walls here with electricity. They're not working. We've called an electrician. He fixed it, but then there's still some problems. So my press wasn't working. And I cold pressed it. It did help it a little bit, but it really needs a heat press. Even though I got this for free, Romantic Confessions, they're tough to get for under $50. This was $25 originally, or $26 with tax. They gave me all my money back. This is number 8 from 1950. And you can see, if you read it there, the guy's telling, he's with this girl, and he's telling the cigarette girl, I'll be back to pick you up in an hour. These are really cool. I'm always looking out for these issues under $25. And a decent grade, with everything there, complete. No covers detached and no centerfolds missing. So, got it for free. Okay, moving on. Pick this one up. Now, so this came from the same seller as this one. This one arrived really good. This is a pretty good grade for this. This is from March 1953, number 7, Love and Marriage. This is Superior Comics, so it's a Canadian publisher. These are pretty scarce. Now, I may show that I researched this book on several websites. It's going for $170 to $200. I got it for $25 shipped. And a really nice grade. Let's look at it just really quick, just to show you. Solid, tight, staples, very glossy. Not bad. And a lot of these Superior books, they're not beat up. I don't know what it is, but the Canadian Golden Age readers, I guess they took care of their books. But I get a lot of these Superiors, and they're in pretty good shape. Usually mid to higher grade. For $25, that's definitely a steal. This is really at least a $100 book. And so I went back to his site. He had another one. I said, you know what? I better pick up the other issue he had for $25. I picked that up. I'm hoping it'll be here. I was waiting for it before I did this haul, but it's not going to be here for another couple days. This was an auction win. So this is a timely comic. This is Gay number 28 from summer 1947. My second issue of this. It's a pretty decent grade. What did I get this for? I got it for $44 with shipping. And it's a really nice copy too. These are pretty, they're not scarce, but they're not like really prevalent either. And they go for quite a bit of money. So it's a really nice copy for $44. So this book is probably at least $100 in this grade. And we're winding it down. We got 3 left. I picked up this number 42. I probably overpaid for this. I paid $99 shipped. They said it was a 6.0 from number 48, November 1948, Green Hornet Fights Crime. Let's check it out. They said it was a 6.5. You tell me what you think. I'm thinking it's probably like a 5.5, but I don't know. It could be a 6.5. And when I looked at it, a 6.5 is kind of high grade and for Golden Age. So I thought, you know what? I'll spend the $100 on it because of the grade. But tell me what you think. So I'm down to the last two comics. Now the next one is like super low grade. But I did research before I bought it, put it on the watch list, and I said, let me look around, let me see if I can find anywhere near this issue number for this price. And I couldn't. Now it has a tears all the way through, and this is a phenomenon I come across frequently. It's as if someone's mother's like, and they tear the book all the way through. So this book is tore all the way through, but it's actually archival taped on each page. They did a crappy job to where the pages aren't exactly flat. But it's early Superman, early Batman, so I thought, let me research it. I didn't find any books in this grade around here, and I thought, I really want to have a Superman comic in this age, this era, because I don't have any that old, and I want to read it. So it was $50. This is World Finest Comics number 20, with the kind of, humorous cover, or Superman stepping on the scale, making Robin overweight. Number 20 from 1945. I paid with shipping, taxes, because now eBay's charging Floridians taxes, $56. But I tell you what, I wasn't disappointed. It was worth the whole $56 just to read this book. I read it, especially the Superman. I've never read original comic book Superman this early ever in my life, and I really enjoyed the experience. I'll tell you why. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm a unique creature. Maybe I'm not. This book is missing the back cover also. But just to be able to actually experience reading something as early as this in a Superman title, for me, was worth every penny. So you figure here in Ocala, you can do like glass boat rides. You can go to Disney for like $100 a day, or you can do glass boat ride for $50 a day, or you can buy a Golden Age comic for $50 and read it. This probably took me an hour to read. It was like a theme park ride. I enjoyed it. It was worth it to me. And the last book, now this was, how much was this book? That can't be right. This book was $120. It's Adventure Comics. So it's from 1945. Joe Simon, and it's a World War II cover, was $120 with shipping. Simon and Kirby cover. I haven't read this yet. But when I saw it for $120, I said, that's a steal. And it's not like I'm impulsively jump on this book and just buy it like that. I research it. I say, let me look at the other issues that are close to this number up here. How much are they going for? And this book usually goes in this grade for around $250 to $300. So I said $120, that's a good price. I may never be able to buy one at that price, and I jumped on it. So this is like my third issue of Adventure Comics with the Simon and Kirby war cover. Happy to add that to the collection. So that's my thinking behind these Golden Age books. So I rarely just like quickly buy them. I research them. I put them on my watch list. I research them. I look at the number. I see what I look at the issues close to the number. How much are they going for? Is this a good deal? And then if it is, then I buy it. So this book, it has some tape on it, I believe. Yeah, it has tape on here. Now I'm going to see if I can remove that and do a little restoration on this or fixing it up. But happy to have that in the collection. I just love Golden Age books. So, comic book junkies, I'm glad that you joined me. Thank you for tuning in, watching this haul. Let me know what you think. Tell me what your favorite comic was. Tell me what you're into, what your process is in buying books off eBay or at your LCS. I'd be interested to know. I always want to learn new stuff. And so I just want to say thanks for all support and peace out from Nighttiger Comics.